Welcome to ROGN, the Rogue Squadron News Network. I'm Lostpinky, back in the office after an extended recovery and cleanup of the station following the recent base raid. In tonight's news, mysterious dimensional rift in independent space leads to a strange encounter. Major factions expand their offerings to independence as new ship classes are spotted roaming the galaxy. The campaign to rid the galaxy of the home insurgency, restoring stability to independent space, intensifies. First tonight, the mysterious ion storm detected in independent space recently led to an encounter with a group of duplicates of the Federation crew of the USS Enterprise. ROGN reporters were able to catch these doppelgangers in the Grenfell system for part of the exchange between them and the Independents attempting to confront them. As the Independents worked to get the doppelgangers home to their own universe, interference by members of the ISS Enterprise led to events unfolding which left a fracture in the local spacetime around the planet Yibozeg in the Winnell system. Scientists from all of the major factions and independent space have sent representatives to investigate the situation. After the Independents battled with the ISS Enterprise and successfully retrieved the USS Enterprise from the mirror universe, it appears the dimensional rift did not completely close. We've sent our lead science investigator, Pinky and the Brain, to the scene to report on the discovery.
The fissure, previously thought closed by the Federation crew of the USS Enterprise, appears to be expanding again, slowly. Preliminary indications are that the dimensional rift no longer just connects to the mirror universe, but instead appears to shift in response to certain gravitational wave frequencies. So far, we have observed transmissions from 17 separate universes similar to our own. With each passing hour, the rift appears to be expanding at a varying rate. Some of the scientists here have speculated that the rift will stabilize in response to a type of gravimetric pulse, given that it reacts to gravitational waves currently. Calculations are underway to determine the geometry of the pulse required in order to achieve the desired result. If this rift can be stabilized, then it will open a whole new multiverse of possibilities. We are currently occupying a ship on the edge of the anomaly at the recommended safe distance. Something just hit the ship. We seem to be under attack. Unknown hostiles have targeted the flotilla of science ships. I can see weapons fire outside. We've lost impulse power. The warp drive is gone. We're drifting into the rift. ROGN, can you read us? ROGN!
We apologize for the interruption in coverage from the Winnell system. I'm getting word now that the ROGN Reporter 12 ship has been lost in the dimensional rift. At this stage, we don't know if they survived the encounter. We'll bring you more information as it comes to us. We can only hope that the 28 beings on the vessel survived. As reported, it appears the rift can be influenced to open to different realities, parallel to our own. The initial analysis of gravitational interactions seems to indicate that by emitting graviton particles at different energy levels results in the ability to tune the rift to different universes. Wavelength and amplitude of the gravitational pulse, along with the energy level of the graviton particles, act as coordinate controls to a system of coordinates in space and time. With this information, it is theoretically possible to set a destination in the multiverse to travel to. Before the attack on the multi-species science flotilla, several probes were being configured to test the possibility of two-way communication between our universe and the target. While it seems control of the target universe is only possible from our side, Some scientists have speculated that a separate fissure may be found somewhere in the quadrant, which would be a receiver into our universe. Certain movements of chronoton, graviton, and tachyon particles add evidence to this idea, and ships have been dispatched to trail these particles to their destination somewhere towards the galactic core. We will of course bring you more information as it comes to us. In addition to the turmoil in independent space, the galaxy is getting even more dangerous. In the last 6 months, we have seen the major factions become consumed by war with each other, constructing massive defense stations, employing groups of independents, and assigning a number of missions in an effort to dominate the galaxy. Each of the major powers have expanded their territory towards the galactic center, with the Federation now controlling systems beyond the Benzar system. This expansion has been matched by the Romulans, who have expanded their territory close to and beyond New Vulcan, in an effort to progress reunification with their Vulcan cousins. News from the Federation indicates the Vulcans are seriously reconsidering their position within the Federation now, given the destruction of their home world. Not to be outdone, or closed in by Romulan aggression, the Klingons have pushed towards the galactic center by committing substantial ships and resources to conquering and dominating many new systems in the region. Having established a forward base in the Bo system, the Klingons have reportedly discovered a treasure trove of new technologies on an ancient planet in the system. Reports from both Romulan and Federation ROGN correspondents indicate the powers have been scanning deep space for new resources, technologies, and species to join them also. This has resulted in several incredible discoveries over the last several months, and the war effort for all powers has churned out new, powerful ships which have been spotted exiting the shipyards around Earth, Romulus, and Kronos. ROGN reporters have traced many of these ships heading towards the newly opened up frontier dubbed Dark Space. We've also attempted to send ships to the area to track these powerful vessels further. It appears the encroachment by the major powers in this direction have caused further conflict with local minor powers, resulting in more resources being diverted away from the front lines for all factions. While the Klingons, Romulans, and Federation seem to be locked in an ongoing conflict, it is not surprising that they are attempting to entice independent commanders to join their cause and help fight on the front lines. To this end, the Federation began offering independents access to more advanced technologies. Up until this point, independents who had earned a respected reputation with the Federation were able to purchase the Enterprise-class starship for a substantial contribution to the Federation war efforts. This powerful vessel could easily be used to traverse vast areas of the galaxy very quickly and maintain a watchful presence in independent space. Now the Federation have begun offering, to those who provide a greater contribution, access to the improved starship classes powered by G4 resources, which were discovered in the new regions of Federation and Dark Space. These new ship classes include the Hydra-class survey vessel, the updated and enhanced Kelvin class, and the extremely powerful Newton-class starship. Reports from the Klingon front show the High Command have now matched the offering of the Federation to entice independents to continue to support them. Now, ships beyond the feared D4 interceptor have been made available. The Klingons have made available the Bachor-class survey ship, the new Katinga-class battleship, and the Supreme Coronar class. Of course, the Romulans usually would withhold new advanced technologies, but with the number of independents choosing to join the Klingons and Federation efforts, they thought it wise to improve their own offerings. Now beyond the Augur-class battleship, if you decide to continue with the Romulans, you will gain access to the Vortavor-class survey ship, the Valdor-class explorer, and the improved Gladius class known as the Pelham-class interceptor. While aiding the independents in their own struggle, the Great Powers hope that by offering these new technologies, efforts to explore and conquer the unknown space towards the galactic center will intensify. Subspace scans of dark space have failed to provide any useful data. It appears a mysterious scattering field exists beyond the current borders of the great powers, preventing detailed analysis of the region. Only by deploying crewed ships to perform scientific analysis do the secrets of the deep become apparent. Many new star systems have been identified as targets for exploration, with some already claimed by each of the major factions. ROGN have determined that our own engineers and scientists will need to spend several years researching new technologies in order to achieve the required ranges to reach these new systems. With the recent disappearance of our own ROGN Reporter 12 starship and the detection of exotic particles in the direction of the galactic core, we will continue to endeavour deeper into the unknown in an effort to determine the fate of our missing reporter. We leave you now with footage of efforts to overthrow the home insurgency, which recently rose to power and began terrorising the galaxy. The following footage was taken by several reporters close to ROGN, and this footage shows the efforts made by Rogue Squadron and her allies to return peace to the galaxy. Don't forget to subscribe to this galactic channel and hit that bell icon. Like this video and check back for more news as we continue our efforts to find our missing ROGN reporter and travel deeper into dark space towards the galactic core. I'm Lostpinky, and this is ROGN, the Rogue Squadron News Network.